Your hosts are here, Sammie and Michelle. By the end of this podcast, you'll know them well. Adulting, navigating the journey of life. Careers to relationships, pain and strife. Put down the rule book, rethink the status quo. If there's another direction you wanna go, find purpose, passion and mastery in all that you do with Status Post Adulting.
Hey, Status Post Adulting fam. This is Sammie.
And Michelle.
And you're listening to the 46th episode of Status Post Adulting, where we are going to be talking about habit stacking. But first, let me check in with my co-host, Michelle. How are you doing, Michelle?
I'm doing great, Sammie. It is one of my favorite times of year.
Oh, so true.
When the Spotify Wrapped 2021 comes out. I love it so much. I love seeing what other people are listening to. And I love that so many of our listeners have been sharing that Status Post Adulting has been on their top list. Thank you to all of you, specifically the ones listening on Spotify, but thank you to everybody who's been listening. But yeah, this is my favorite time of year, Sammie.
I agree. This is also my favorite time of year. I love getting your Wrapped playlist for the year, and it literally is just like all your favorite songs together. It's amazing. And I'm always interested to see what yours is.
I know, Sammie, and we actually haven't been able to spend any time together this week. So I think it would be super fun if we try to guess each other's top songs.
Oh my god, you're never gonna guess mine, literally. We have a very hard time guessing each other's songs.
It's crazy. I could probably live your life. Like, I know it that well, and I never know what music you're listening to. I've even been thinking about it, and I was like, I have no idea. Especially when it's like you have to think about the whole year, and you use the free version. So I don't know if that affects anything.
I do feel like me using the free version does affect stuff, because it's like, I'm not like choosing. I'm just choosing to continue with certain songs.
Exactly. Like, you don't get to play the same song over and over and over again. I'm on the premium version. Some of us value that. Some of us don't. But yeah, I'm excited. I am worried, though, that you said that I wouldn't guess it. I feel like it's going to be really weird.
I honestly don't know what yours are either. Like, when I listen to Michelle's music, like, I overhear her listening to her crap. And I'm just like, make it stop. Like, it's hard for me to continue.
First off, rude. It's crazy. Like, we have mentioned this before, but we really listen to different types of music. Even though we'll listen to the same people.
Yeah, even though we like to listen to a lot of the same stuff.
But, like, somehow, I guess it's just when we're alone, it's not the same at all. Okay, so I'll try to guess, and you can try to guess. And I'll let you know if it's, like, in the top, like, realm. Okay, so one of the challenges is I don't know if it's English or Spanish. Which really hurts me because there are a lot of Spanish songs that you listen to that I don't even know. But I obviously have to guess Hawaii by Maluma.
Hawaii by Maluma is my number one song of the year.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Why did you say I wouldn't guess it?
I'm sorry. It's just like, I guess I meant the other ones. Okay, I feel like you just won this.
I was like, oh, should I guess Hawaii? Like, I know you. I mean, you were listening to it the whole beginning of the year. It's on my list because we often, if Sammie and I drive together, she makes me put it on my phone since I have premium. So it's like in my like top 100 somewhere too.
Okay, let me try. Okay, this is hard for me because honestly, Michelle's music is, I guess it's kind of like pop, but it's not like the most popular pop. I don't know how to describe that. There's one song that I like-ish that you listen to that, so I remember it. And it's the one where it's like, I can't wear what you wear because it's cheap to me.
I knew you would get that because I say that to you all the time. That Bia, Whole Lot of Money, is in my top 100, but it's not in my top 10, actually. While you're thinking, I a couple of years ago, I like met this guy, and we like decided to play music. It was like in 2019, and I was like, oh, well, how about we play your Spotify like top 100 list or whatever? And he was like, what are you talking about? So I like show him this list of his top songs on Spotify, and he's like, oh, I really like these songs. And I was like, yeah, it's your top listened songs. And like 2019, like he was about like he's my age. Like it wasn't like this is like totally new to people yet. It was just so funny, and he had a lot of like white noise stuff too, which I didn't at that time know you could play on Spotify.
You're like, wait, let me guess your favorite song.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh. I was like, that's weird, but he lives in New York, so I guess like noise canceling or whatever.
Oh my god! Can you give me a clue?
Okay. Yes. One, a lot of them are actually very super basic, so I wouldn't try to be too creative.
Anything with Taylor Swift.
Yes, she's actually my top artist of the year.
Okay. So, how many songs in the top 5 have Taylor Swift? Who I do love.
Just one. Actually, only 2 of her songs made my top list.
Love story.
It's one of her new ones.
Message in a Bottle?
No, I don't even know that one. You know it. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Oh, it's like a really bad imitation.
Willow.
Yes!
Oh, I love Willow.
I know, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's my second song. I had no idea I played it that much. But apparently I did.
You're never going to guess my second song.
That's what you said about your first one. It was so obvious.
No, I said you weren't going to guess my top 5, but I forgot my first one would be obvious.
Okay, is your second one Taylor Swift?
No.
Okay.
I was shocked at the second one, actually.
Is it like Coldplay?
No.
Is it English or Spanish?
It's English.
Is it like James Blunt? I feel like you always have like a weird...
It's not weird. But it's not James Blunt.
Actually, I'll be honest, I don't know a lot of the non-Spanish ones. Coldplay?
You said Coldplay already. You said like 2 things and one was Coldplay. And then you said it again.
Body by Megan Thee Stallion?
No. It's much older than that. It's like probably 10 years old.
Well, okay, I'll give you a hint. My first song is an old song too.
Ooh.
It's from like the 1980s.
Ooh.
And it's a country song.
Country Roads.
No.
Oh, I know what it is. Fishing in the Dark.
Yes!
I got your top song. I'm so happy.
Fishing in the Dark, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. I heard that song for the first time when we were in Austin in January, and you played it on my thing, and then I guess I just ran with it. I really like that song.
I know you do. You love that song.
I know, I play it all the time. Wait, I thought of one for you. Is it like metal? Is it like,
No.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. It's not metal, but it's like technically like alternative rock, maybe, but it's not really rockish.
I don't think I'm gonna get it.
Okay, let me try to give you another clue. This song is kind of about a person who's having a midlife crisis. A woman having a midlife crisis.
Jolene?
No, Jolene's not having a midlife crisis. Okay.
The midlife crisis is Jolene is trying to steal her man.
Jolene, yes.
Is Jolene on your top 100 list?
It's not. A
woman having midlife. Oh, is it like one of those like man, you feel like a woman?
No. Sorry. The song is sang by men, but it's about a woman.
Oh, rude. Oh. 1985, Daisy Madonna, Wavy from Nirvana. That's your second song.
I'm shocked. I was shocked. I was like, oh my god.
The instrumental was in my top, I think, 10 last year. I love that song. We both love that song.
You're definitely not going to guess 3, 4, or 5.
Yeah. Okay, tell me what they are.
So I have Quiereme Mientras Se Pueda by Manuel Turizo. Then I have Un Día, which is J Balvin, Dua Lipa, and Bad Bunny, y Tiny? Tiny. Oh, Tiny. Oh, okay, see it. And ADMV, Amor de mi vida by Maluma. So Maluma made my top 5 twice.
Dang, he has a movie coming out with J-Lo.
Oh, wow. I got your first one and your second one. What's the third one?
My Bessie and my Tessie.
Oh my god. Best friend, yes.
Saweetie and Doja Cat.
I'm so happy.
Up, Cardi B.
Oh my god, I could have got these.
Yeah. 34, 35 remix.
Oh.
Ariana Grande, Doja Cat, Megan Thee Stallion. Is that top 5?
That's your top 5. Okay, that's not too bad. That's like not as obnoxious as your usual top 5. Okay, so Spotify also did this audio aura thing, where it took like the moods from your music. And I love melancholy. It was not melancholy at all. But I'm wondering, what were your moods?
Okay, mine were orange and purple, energy and bold.
Wow. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I'm so glad I know about this. That's why it's so annoying to me. It's like very high energy. And it's like, for some reason, it very much bothers me. Like, it's like, I like your top 5, but a lot of times your music, I find it to be like so bouncy.
Happy, cheerful.
I feel like cheesy.
So rude.
Mine was wistful and happy.
Oh.
And it's this pink and blue. It's beautiful.
Oh, wow. It is really beautiful. I just realized that you might not know this. Mystic Michaela partnered with Spotify for the visual aura.
Stop.
I know. Isn't that so cool? Yes, I know.
Wow.
I know. I saw it on Instagram and people have been tagging her. Yeah.
Literally, I saw it and I was like, this is so beautiful. Like, it's just like Mystic Michaela. And then I was like, oh my God.
I thought the same thing. I know. It's so cool. And actually, she's been showing a lot of people who are like blue show orange as one of their songs. And she says it's because they need pump up music.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I think it's like sometimes maybe in music, you need like the opposite of you.
That's fair. Yeah.
Like, I feel like I need like something to like calm me down and bring me to chill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for me, I definitely like to like boom, 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 like get like amped up with my music.
Wow.
Yeah, that's funny. I know. I thought you'd enjoy that.
Thank you.
Maybe let her know because you're in her Facebook group. And if you listen to our podcast, Stats with Adulting, we have mentioned and talked about Mystic Michaela in our content corner before. So check out her podcast, Know Your Aura, and
Huge fan.
You can learn more about your aura colors.
Yeah, definitely.
And listening to music is always great. And one of the main motivators I use, Sammie, to get me to do other habits.
Yes. And that would not be an example of habit stacking. That would be an example of, there's something where if you partner the habits, it's like you have like an incentive habit. But yes, Michelle, we are talking about habit stacking today.
Yes, habit stacking. We thought this year is ending and it would be a great time to think about the future. If you're into things like New Year's resolutions, like we definitely are, it's a great time to think about your habits in the past year and your habits in the new year and different ways that you can be a little bit more productive if that's something that you want. And so habit stacking is a really cool idea that we want to chat more about today.
Exactly, Michelle. And habit stacking is pretty much where you use something that is already a habit for you and you latch on a goal habit. For example, when you're brushing your teeth, something that, you maybe always do every morning, you add on the habit of remembering what you're grateful for. And then now brushing your teeth is automatically associated with remembering what you're grateful for, and you added gratitude to your day.
Yeah, Sammie, I've actually talked about how I use that exact habit before. I started thinking about the top 3 things that I'm grateful for in the morning, and it was such a good way for me to have a gratitude practice and also attach it to something I was already doing, like brushing my teeth every morning.
So true, Michelle. Can't relate because I do focus on the actual brushing of the teeth and mechanical removal of dirt from my teeth. I don't know if I'm just a little bit more into it than other people, but yeah, can't really think about other things then.
No, I totally get it. Your teeth are crap compared to mine. What a dentist would call a dream. And so I know that you have to pay attention more.
Here we go.
But that is a great example, Sammie. Or another example tying into that simple thing of doing your morning routine. Brushing my teeth is something that I do every single morning. I, on and off, have had a really good habit of flossing my teeth. And I notice that if I brush my teeth and then floss it, I'm much more likely to have a consistent flossing habit than if I just try to remember off the cuff or when I feel like it or if I put it off. I also take my allergy pills in the morning. I wash my face. My whole morning face routine is like a 5-step process, and a lot of that I have built in just to make sure that I am able to knock off certain things on my list before my day's even started.
That's true. Michelle, she does have a little 5-step process with the allergy meds and everything, and that's when she usually reminds me. So yeah, it's a pretty good structure that you got there.
Part of my habit stacking is then reminding Sammie.
I used another regular activity to anchor my habits, and that was pooping.
Here we go.
I really needed to meditate. I was like, I definitely have to start meditating it every day, but I just like really was having a hard time finding the time, like finding a good place in my day to meditate, because I'm like, oh, sometimes my like lunch will be off or something like that. So it was just hard to find that like exact time to sit down and be quiet. At the same time, oftentimes when I'm on the toilet, one, sometimes I'm there longer than I wanted to be, you know? And then two, sometimes I'm on my phone, which is like I'm adding a bad habit to something. So I added meditation to pooping. And it was actually really good. I remember I was talking to someone about it and I'm like, this pooping meditation is like working really great. And it really was. And not only did pooping help remind me to meditate, but meditating kind of, you know, relaxed me and helped me poop too. So it was kind of like a mutualistic relationship between the two.
I do wonder, was this before or after you lost your smell to COVID?
It was before. Yeah, it was. No, I actually do remember sometimes, like, you know, because I was like a little too mindful. I'm like, didn't want to smell that. But, you know, that's what being mindful is all about. It's not about things being perfect and roses.
That's true. And while I do think that's disgusting, it is a great example. And I think that's one of the things when it comes to habit stacking. What it really is about, if you want to do habit stacking, is identifying a habit that you do every day, like brushing your teeth, drinking coffee, going to the bathroom, and attaching another habit to it, thus stacking a habit on top of it, so that you can have almost like a trigger or something that you know you're going to do that will then remind you and flow into your other habits.
Side note, now that I think about it, everybody poops. And definitely you should anchor a good habit to pooping, especially if you're like someone who doesn't poop in like 30 seconds every day, like some people, Michelle. But like if you're someone who takes like a few minutes and stuff, like maybe, you know, doing a gratitude practice or something, you know, not too hands-on while you're pooping, definitely a good idea.
I mean, a lot of people are on their phones when they're in the bathroom, so I don't think that's a bad suggestion, Sammie.
Yeah. Building
Building off of that too, Sammie, when it comes to habit stacking, it is also important to be cognizant of bad habit stacking. Like, for example, going to the bathroom and going on your phone. Or one thing I noticed once when I used to go into the office and drink coffee, for a while we had pastries in the morning. And so I started to build a habit where I would drink coffee and then eat like a muffin or a croissant or like some sort of sugary sweet. And I started to notice that I was like Pavlov's dog. Like I would crave sugar when I drank coffee, which, as you all know, I do enjoy drinking a lot of coffee. And so I had to cut that out because I was not doing myself any favors, and nobody in this family needs any more sugar.
It's so true, Michelle. Bad habit stacking, I think, is another level. It's very easy to stack bad habits together. Or like waking up in the morning and then you check the time and then you check your email and then you check social media. Yeah, that kind of habit stacking definitely escalates. So I think it's good to kind of notice that habit stacking can happen in the reverse. That's a really good point.
Yeah, and if you're intentional about it, Sammie, you really can build good habits. One thing that I did during the lockdown when I was alone in my apartment in COVID, especially after reading 5 a.m. Club, I would wake up in the morning and then I would, after brushing my teeth and stuff, I would immediately do like a 15-minute yoga session. I would do a journal and I would drink my coffee. And it was like such a nice little stack of multiple habits that I was doing consistently because I was getting myself into the routine of doing it and the habit of doing it. And that was probably when my mornings would really peak. And it's something that I want to bring back. I don't necessarily care that much about waking up early, I realize. But I do enjoy waking up, doing like a light exercise and journaling. It really puts my mind into a good place. And I notice those are things that if I put them off for later in the day, I almost never get to them.
I love this. Goal setting for habit stacking for 2022.
2022.
I do think I want to connect coffee drinking and meditation together because meditation has fell off a little bit. So let me put it back on the pooping and put it back on the coffee. I think that's a great way to incorporate it back. Another big one for me is journaling right before bed. As a morning person, in the nighttime, I'm sometimes very sleepy, so I do sometimes just like pass out. But journaling before bed used to be like such a habit. Like I did it when I was younger, like as a child, I would journal before bed all the time. And I had all these journals. Honestly, I think it made me a better writer too. But it was also just like really enjoyable and like really nice to let everything out. I feel like there's a lot of spiritual connection when journaling as well. This year, I'll also add back journaling before bed.
I've seen you journaling before bed, Sammie, in the past week, and it does seem to put you in a really good mindset before you go to bed. Also, if you have two things that you want to get into or want to learn, I think it's not bad to pair those together either. For example, when I was thinking about habit stacking, when I was in high school, I ran into two things. One, I was taking AP history. It was like my first AP class, and I wanted to do well. And our public school system, our teacher was just like, just read these chapters every week and then pull out these vocab words. And honestly, you wouldn't have to read the chapter if you wanted to do it, but you didn't have to read the chapter to get the vocab words, but I wanted to force myself to sit down and do it. And on the flip side, I really wanted to learn how to paint my nails. I have this weird idea that all women knew how to paint their nails except me. And I was like, I really want to learn how to do this. I know I just have to practice it. Every Sunday, I would sit down, I would pull out my history book, I would paint my nails, and then as I was doing that and as I would drive, I would just read these chapters of my book. I ended up doing really well on the test. Paint a bomb nail now. You know, it's one of my favorite things to do is paint my nails.
You do love painting nails. I had no idea that you had this complex about painting nails.
Well, I just wanted to, like, when you're growing up, we didn't really have the internet. So I was like, okay, like, this is what people are doing. And I wasn't necessarily right. I realize now. But it's funny. I mean, it was nice though. Like, I lived in an all-girls dorm when I was in my first year of college, actually like forever. In my first year of college, I lived in an all-girls dorm, and I used to do manicures for my friends, and it was a great way to meet people. And I got really into it. Like, it's super artsy. And I studied American Studies in college. So
wow,
both of those things really took me far. So
talk about habit stacking for the win.
Yeah. And actually, I would do that. I would still paint my nails when I would study when I was in college. So much so that my roommate, my junior year, was like, I know when you have exams because I can smell nail lacquer in the apartment.
She's like, I'm like slowly dying.
She's like, we don't really have windows. But it was like, and I would even do that when I'm working now, like when I have to learn something, because it's such a good way to force myself to sit, and I like enjoy doing it. And then I'll also like spend the time to like read through the stuff that I have to read through.
Do you read and paint your nails at the same time?
Usually I'll like paint them, and then while they dry, I'll read through everything.
Got it.
It like kind of forces me to sit still.
Oh, I love that.
So yeah, so stacking two habits can really make you grow in two different ways.
So takeaways for this episode, Michelle. I think the first and main takeaway would be to set a habit stacking or a few habit stacking goals for 2022.
Yeah. Sammie, a great exercise for both of us too. Identify a habit that you have right now and pair it with something that you want to do.
Mine, like I said before, will be meditating with pooping and meditating with drinking coffee, and also journaling before bed.
One that I definitely want to do, Sammie, is doing exercise in the morning. So I think before I get my coffee in the morning, after I brush my teeth, yoga, coffee, I think is going to be my goal. I'm working it out a little bit. And I want to do something with reading. Like, I kind of want to read more, and I'm trying to figure out how to fit that into my habit stacking puzzle.
Would you say read with your eyes or read with your ears?
That's a tough one. I like to read nonfiction with my ears, but I want to read more fiction with my eyes. I think that's kind of one of the bigger ones.
What about before bed when you're always trying to talk to me and I'm trying to go to bed?
No, is that what's happening?
Yes, that's what's happening. You know, I'm like, stop, I'm trying to mute you.
Maybe you could read in the morning, okay? You're bothering me.
We have fun.
You're right. That's not a bad suggestion. It's kind of why I want to switch out my Kindle so I can get one that doesn't have a backlight. But I do think that would be a good time to do it, especially since I am moving with Sammie to the middle of nowhere.
Yes, we are.
I think I've talked about that a little, but I want to join Sammie. I think it'll be nice to get in there.
Get away from it all.
Get off the grid a little bit.
Get away from even Walmart, which is not there.
It's a big drama. And we will fill you guys in. And it'll give Sammie and I an opportunity to work on our podcast a little bit more, especially since Sammie right now is officially free.
Yes, today is my official last day of work. So yesterday was my last day of work where I was actually working, and it was a very emotional and sad day. My lovely coworkers threw me a beautiful surprise party, and I was so touched, and I was bawling my eyes out, and it was just really emotional to leave this job that I've been at for 5.5 years. It feels like forever. And so it was just it was really hard, but it was a bittersweet day. But today, it was more just me finishing up some paperwork and then doing my exit interview. And literally, Michelle, when I finished my last chart for my patient, I was like, oh my God, That is the last chart I will ever have to write here. I cannot even describe how much time I've spent on charting. It's like, it's crazy. And just like, it's, paperwork. But yeah, I really felt like something was like lifted off of me today. So I felt like I was moving in the right direction. I felt good about the change. And I'm excited to have like a few months here, a month and a half-ish of being jobless, doing a little mini retirement for myself. I'm super excited about that. And I'm able to do that because of changing my finances. Definitely if I was the old Sammie, I would not have enough money and be like, you know what? We don't need to not work for too long. But now I'm like, yeah, whatever. We don't have to go back, and start a new job right away. So yeah, so it worked out perfectly because they don't want to start it until end of January. And so I have some time to really just like enjoy and be home and like do all the things I love to do. So it feels great.
I'm excited, Sammie. We're going to get some great sister bonding time.
Yes, we are.
And moving and all of that stuff. Maybe by the end of next year, we'll know each other's songs for Spotify Wrapped.
No, that'll never happen.
Probably not. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode. Please keep sharing if we cracked your top podcast this year on Spotify, or keep letting us know if you've been listening. It honestly has meant so much to us to see that, to hear that you guys are listening, when you guys comment on different things that we've talked about, when you talk about how you've talked about it with your friends, when you've taken it and really gone into a full-on another direction with it, or you listen to other podcasts or books. We absolutely love to hear about it, so keep sending us that information. You can send us a direct message at statuspostadulting on Instagram. Email us, statuspostadulting@gmail.com. We got like one TikTok up if you're looking for it. Follow us, Status Post Adulting.
And speaking of our TikTok, it is our stickers. We have merch now, so if any of you guys are interested in some Status Post Adulting stickers, we will send you 5 stickers for free. Just message us your name and your address, and we will mail these stickers to you with the condition that you give the other 4 stickers to some people who you think would benefit from listening to the podcast.
Yes, we have merch, and we would love to send you stickers. Again, you know how to contact us. Let us know, and we are more than happy to send you some. So no matter where you're at, shoot us a ping, and we will send you some stickers.
That's right. If you're in Antarctica and you are our first Antarctica listener, or you're about to be, we'll send you stickers over there.
Conditions may apply that we don't know about, but
we actually haven't looked into that. So.
But we're definitely going to try. We will try for sure to send them to you if we can.
And most importantly, be sure to tune in next time as we put down the rulebook and we rethink the status quo.